Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivarada Hari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivarada Hari Yashoda Nandana Vracha Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vracha Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tera Vanachari Yamuna Tera Vanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhe Jai Shri Radha Madhava ki jai, Shri Palat Lakshmi Sigdev ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananda Kori Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Take over, Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol. So, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, wer versteht, who Who doesn't, wer versteht kein Englisch? Wer versteht kein Englisch? Alle verstehen Englisch? Sollen wir Englisch reden? Nee. Englisch muss ich fragen, wer kein Deutsch versteht. Who doesn't understand German? See? Some reacting. Okay, ist es okay, wenn wir in Englisch sprechen? Ist okay? Okay, gut. Sonst wäre ganz traurig, weil er nichts zum Übersetzen hat. Ich kann nur Deutsch sprechen, kannst du übersetzen? English? English. Okay, English. Okay, so we're reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam. The third canto. Was? 24,6. Okay. So, 24,6. Okay. Tasyam Bahu Tite Kale Tasyam Bahu Tite Kale Tasyam Bahu Tite Kale Bhagavan Madhusudana Bhagavan Madhusudana Bhagavan Madhusudana Bhagavan Madhusudana Gardamam Viryam Apano Kadamam Viryam Apano Kadamam Viryam Apano Yagne Knir Iva Daruni Yagne Knir Iva Daruni Yagne Knir Iva Daruni Dasyam Bahu Tite Kale Bhagavan Madhusudana Kadamam Viryam Apano Yagneknya Iva Daruni Dasyam Bahu Tite Kale Bhagavan Madhusudana Kadamam Viryam Apano Yagneknya Iva Daruni Tasyam Bahu Tite Kale Bhagavan Madhusudana Kadamam Viryam Apano Yagneknya Iva Daruni. Ladies. Sambahu Tite Kale Bhagavan Madhusudana Kadamam Viryam Apano Yagneknya Iva Daruni. Bahutite Kale Bhagavan Madhusudana Kadamam Viryam Apano Yagneknya Iva Daruni. Tasyam in Devahuti Bahutite Kale. After many years, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhusudana, the killer of the demon Madhu, Kadamam of Kadama, Viryam, the semen, Apanaha, entered, Yagne, he appeared, Agni, fire, Eva, like, Daruni, in wood. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. After many, many years, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhusudana, the killer of the demon Madhu, having entered the semen of Karama, appeared in Devahuti, just as fire comes from wood in a sacrifice. Purport. It is clearly stated here that the Lord is always the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although He appears as the son of Karama Muni. Fire is already present in wood, but by a certain process, fire is kindled. Similarly, God is all-pervading. He is everywhere, and since He may come out from everything, He appears in His devotee's semen, just as an ordinary living entity takes his birth by taking shelter of the semen of a certain living entity. The Supreme Personality of Godhead accepts the shelter of the semen of His devotee and comes out as His son. This manifests His full independence to act in any way, and it does not mean that He is an ordinary living entity forced to take birth in a certain type of womb. Lord Nrsimha appeared from the pillar of Hiranyakashipu's palace. Lord Varaha appeared from the nostrils of Brahma, and Lord Kapila appeared from the semen of Karama. But this does not mean that the semen of Karama Muni is the source of the appearance of the Lord. The Lord is always the Lord, Bhagavan Madhusudanaha. He is the killer of all kinds of demons, and He always remains the Lord, even if He appears as the son of a particular devotee. The word Karama is significant, for it indicates that the Lord had some devotional affection or relationship in devotional service with Karama and Devahuti. But we should not mistakenly understand that He was born just like an ordinary living entity from the semen of Karama Muni in the womb of Devahuti. O Magnanati Mandasya Knananchana Shalakaya Chakshu Medamyena Tasmei Sikrave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manopistam Stabdamyena Putale Swayam Rupakaramayam Dadati Swaparandikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. After many, many years, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Madhusudana, the killer of the demon Madhu, having entered the semen of Karama, appeared in Devahuti, just as fire comes from wood in a sacrifice. So Hare Krishna, so welcome everybody for our Shrimad Bhagavatam class here in our family mandir of Shri Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Singadev. And I'm kindly asking you for blessings that I can speak something of the Shrimad Bhagavatam, because without the blessings of the devotees, nothing is possible. And I always have this comparison of a cow. The one who speaks, he is like a cow, and the eagerness of the devotees to milk this cow in this way, getting the nectar of the Bhagavatam, this is essential for the speaker, that he can speak something. So I would like to start our little excursion in this verse of the Shrimad Bhagavatam with an experiment. I need some voluntary, like Mark. Mark, could you please come here? You all see Mark. He seems like an ordinary living entity, right? Sit here, yeah. And so Mark closes his eyes. Close your eyes and relax. Relax. Mark just came back yesterday from his mother. He is very relaxed. Relax. Ja, okay, danke. Kannst du dich ganz schön hinsetzen. Yes. So, what was the experiment? Ich wollte dich nicht nur einfach kitzeln. Warum wollte ich dich kitzeln? Why I wanted to tickle Mark? What was the reason? Yes. No, I should have beaten him. No, the thing is, there is a natural potency given by the Lord in each and every body of us for laughing when we get tickled. Right? So, there was not your mother who in the beginning when you were small, who said, Mark, Junge. No? When I do like this, then you go, ha 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 ha, hey hey ho. No. It's just there, right? It's just there. We can't help it. And nobody said, for the next device I get, please, I wanna have the laughing app. Can you download the laughing app in my next device, my next body? No, it's just there, it's in all of us. Some are a little bit more resistant. I always try it with my kids because kids to tickle is so funny, you know. It's the best. They can't help it. But then, of course, they try to tickle me back. They say, "Daddy, I'm not tickly." No, I don't want. One can maybe stretch it in a little direction, but you know, you touch the wrong part or the right part, depends how you see, and it just burst out, right? Mark also tried to resist a little bit, and then in the end it came out. So it's just there. It's like the potency of giving birth to a child is in a woman. Even if she is a small baby, the potency is already there. It's like, therefore we say matches. Who still knows matches? Streichhölzer. Why we always tell children, don't play with the matches? Why?
A fire can a fire can start everywhere.
Yeah. The potency of lighting up and firing up is in the matches, right? So, but we always have wood matches, right? Somebody saw plastic matches or iron matches. So why wood? Wood is burning. Not only is wood burning, the potency of the fire is already in the wood. Now we say by a certain process, what is the process? Nobody knows matches anymore. Michael, what should we do? Yeah, by the process of tickling it to the matchbox, it burns. You know, because this is the process how we get it burned. And here we have the comparison. Bhagavatam gives us the comparison of fire in the wood. I see. So you know how is it that fire is in the wood? Who thinks? What does he mean? What Bhagavatam means? There's fire in the wood. Is there fire in the wood? Is there fire inside?
Inside, but we cannot see it.
It's inside, but we cannot see it. How is that? When I cut it open, then comes it out? If I cut quick enough, maybe. I mean, you're right in one sense that the potency of the fire is there. It's in the wood. It's in the wood, and the potency to burn is the dharma of the wood. And in the same way, the dharma of a woman is, of course, bear children, getting children. And this makes her very, very happy. Maybe not. So Julia looks like, don't know. But from a certain age, every body of a woman is kind of like they need the hormones just playing funny games that the woman means, I need a baby. You know, she needs this experience to get her hormones in balance again. And it's also some women who don't get this experience, the hormones become so crazy they really can become sick, bodily sick. Sorry, I don't want to threaten you, but this is a fact, you know, because the woman want to have this experience, not only that she's, oh, I have a baby, the body really needs it because the hormones kind of demanding it. So, you know, the man also has some demands of the hormones, but it looks differently. And here we see the same process is described here, that Devahuti gave birth to a child through the semen of Karama, and the child came out of her like fire comes out of the wood. So meaning the potency in the wood is fire, and the potency of the woman is to give birth. Now this is a process what you can find in each and every wood and in each and every woman actually. But what is special here? Yeah, it was not an ordinary child. And the Bhagavatam and Srila Prabhupada, they're making the point of saying, although it looks like a normal process, like some ordinary process, you know, a woman gives birth to a child, happens, I don't know how many times every day around the world. You know, so it's uncountable. This is ongoing process. So what's so special about it? Special is that she gave birth to a very special child, to the supreme child, basically. And Jai Jai Shishi Puchari Chi Ki Jai. Now we're waiting till the Lord takes birth out of the pillar in the palace of Hiranyakashipu. Shishipal Lakshmi Shingadev Ki Jai. So this special child appears, as Srila Prabhupada gives the comparison, in every form as he wants. Like Prabhupada, what example does Prabhupada give in the purport? Very prominent for us. Yes, the Sigadev came out of where? A pillar. Pillar in what? In the palace of? Oh, very good. Yeah. So, and he came out of his sweet will, but for what? Yeah, protect his devotee, for the pleasure of his devotee. But his devotee didn't know. He didn't think, or the thing, it would be so, hey, that would be freaky cool if you come out of the pillar, you know, like this was the Lord, he was hiding. And he kept Prahlad in kind of a state of not fear, because Prahlad was actually not really fearful. He had so much trust in the Lord. But he kept him in some kind of anxiety, and Prahlad didn't know what will happen. Till Hiranyakashipu, arrogant and proud as demons are, like most of us, like me, he crushed the pillar, and then out of this pillar came Nrsimhadev. Unfortunately for Hiranyakashipu, because this was the last pillar he cracked. And then also what else gives Prabhupada as an comparison? Varahadev. Now Varahadev, he is a huge boar, right? Wildsau, wildschwein. Huh? And he is so huge that he battled with whom? Hiranyaksha. And Hiranyaksha is the brother of Hiranyakashipu. Quite something, they play quite some significant role in the trauma of the Lord, this family. Because actually they are... Huh? What is actually Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha? So meaning? They're very dedicated devotees actually. So if the Lord want to have a real battle, a real fight, then he takes his devotees. He can't take just ordinary demons because they're not as good as when he takes his devotees who play the role of demons. All right? That's significant, I think. So, and Lord Boar, as they say sometimes in the Bhagavatam, say Lord Boar, he came out of where? Of the nose of Brahma. Came bloop. You know, I mean, when we when we how to say, snot our nose, then everything else comes out, but not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Brahma is the creator of the universe, and so it's quite appropriate that he appears out of Brahma. But it does not mean that the Lord is depending on the nostril of Brahma. No, that was again a very surprising surprise for Hiranyaksha. Suddenly, whoops! What comes there? A little thingy. And of course, this expanded this little thingy and became Lord Boar, who battled then with him. So therefore, the Lord doesn't depend on the semen of Karama Muni and Devahuti to appear by his sweet will. It's only why he chose that way. Give them pleasure. Well, speak with some woman, you know, giving birth to a child, not so much pleasure in that sense. Huh? Yeah, good. Okay, we could say maybe because it was Krishna, it was maybe not so messy like a normal childbirth. But why the Lord want to give them pleasure? When we stick with this pleasures thing, why he doesn't go to Frau Stöckinger in Jandelsbrunn or somebody, and when she gives birth and appears as their child? Michael. Ich bin ein bisschen müde und manchmal bin ich ein bisschen cross-eyed. Michael.
So they must have been very qualified.
They must be qualified in what? I mean, Frau Stöckinger. Yes, they are devotees. They are devotees. And Prabhupada says in the end, so there must be some kind of relationship. And the Lord want to crown this relationship by appearing to them. Of course, he had also a special purpose. He was very, or Devahuti, she wanted to have a son. Yeah? And she was such a good devotee, actually, so dedicated to her husband, and her husband was so devoted to the Lord that he said, I wanna appear, and not only wanna appear and be a cutie little boy or something like that. No, I have a gift. I have a gift for Devahuti. And what is this gift? he instructs her in divine knowledge, and in this way he gives her shelter, because this is what he's asking for. Who will protect me? So any other child could protect a mother. He could have like a heroic, strong child like Bhima or some, like he could protect her. But the Lord understands this is not the ultimate protection. What is the ultimate protection? Spiritual knowledge. Why is it more protective than the strongest man in the world? You keep it even when you die. For what? For what you keep it?
For your soul.
Huh?
Your soul.
You keep it for your soul.
It benefits your soul.
Who's your soul?
Okay, that's you.
Yeah. Now, but what you need it when you die? What does it mean? You Michael.
Good when you remember Krishna when you die.
So what?
You have some knowledge, and you have to be when you're prepared for that. And the chance to remember Krishna at the time of death is very high.
And then what?
And then you can go back to the
Yes, exactly. This is more strong, because even okay, you're right also, but I want to just to kind of make this clear for me. Why is spiritual knowledge more potent than the strongest Hercules in the world? Because it actually kicks us out of this world. And in one point in this discussion, later on we will find a discussion of Kapila Dev, that's the name of the child, and Devahuti. And Kapila Dev says, in one point he says, "My dear mother, devotional service is so potent, it burns down the material and the subtle body as fire in the stomach digests food." So this is the potency of divine knowledge, because divine knowledge doesn't mean only okay, we're not this body, we are spiritual soul, we are depending on the different processes of yoga or whatever. It gives the highest yoga, and the highest yoga is what means Bhakti yoga? Devotional service, right? So this is something what is awarded to us. We never should think, oh, out of my own sweet will, I go to the temple, and out of my own sweet will, I deliver some service. I give service if I like it. If not, I don't do it. Devotional service, this is what we get in a temple or in a community, what is connected to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the crown jewel. You can never get it anywhere. There's in Jagannath Puri, for example. Who was in Jagannath Puri? Somebody? No. Okay. Jagannath Puri, but you know Jagannath Puri, right? Who is residing in Jagannath Puri? Huh? Jagannath, yes. And Jagannath is who?
Lord of the universe.
The Lord of the universe, right. And actually, if you speak with somebody in Jagannath Puri, they also call it Kshetra Dham. And in the translation, it's also Daruni. Daruni means wood. And the name for Jagannath is Daru Praman, the Praman who is in wood. Because Jagannath is made out of wood. It's a very special process, very mystical, how Jagannath every 12 years is carved in the wood. Anyway, this is something else. But Lord Jagannath in Kshetra Dham is actually Krishna. We know this. Why we know this? Why we accept this? We as Gaudiya Vaishnavas?
Last time when they were listening to the gopis when they were talking about Krishna and they were shrinking into these forms.
Yeah, sure. But so why Jagannath is so important for us, Gaudiya Vaishnavas? There's Balaji, very famous deity, but we kind of, okay, he's there. But why?
He's very merciful. He comes to the street and shows, he listens and he looks at everybody.
Yeah, who else is very merciful? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yeah, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he said, this is Krishna. Therefore, we easily accept it. But actually, it's if you speak with the people in Jagannath Puri, it's that in Kshetratam, in Jagannath Puri, everybody who lives there has 4 arms. They directly inhabitants of the spiritual world. And the inhabitants of that place, of Jagannath Puri, they only know one Mahaprasadam. If somebody from Jagannath Puri comes here to the temple and we give them some nice sandesh from the morning offering and say, Prabhuji, have some, or Mataji, have some Mahaprasadam, they say, no. This is not Mahaprasadam. It's only Jagannath Mahaprasadam. Okay. So for them, it's very, very, Jagannath is in the center of the whole city, of everything, and everybody is somehow or other connected. Even the Shudras, even the pig herds, because they were the original keeper of Jagannath in his form as Nila Madhava. So, and there you have a service. For example, you have this service as a family. The family, since generations and generations, they have the service of cooking one particular dal, for example, in one particular time of the day, every day. I mean, there's a very traditional way of cooking. They're having not stoves like we. There's all like stoves who are in the earth. I think they have over 700 stoves because constantly they're cooking, and they're having this clay pots, and they're putting them one on each other, and there's a flame down, and then they're cooking. I don't know exactly how. But first there's the rice, then the dal, then the vegetables. It all cooked in the same time. But there's one family, for example, they're only responsible for the dal. So every day they go there at a certain time and cooking dal for Lord Jagannath. That's the family mission. And you can't take this from them, because it's given to the Lord, to this particular family. And they're so proud of it. They would not even think of giving it to somebody else. No, that's their mission. That's the family. This is what we're doing. I knew one young man in Jagannath Puri. His service was to go every night, climb up outside on the Jagannath temple to change the flag. It's quite high. I mean, and they by day and night. I mean, not day and night. I mean, every day, scorching heat or monsoon rain. He goes up there outside on the roof. And it's not that, like in Germany with orange vest, and like when Sri Banga cuts a branch from a tree, then you think a UFO landed. So he goes in his gamsha, and with his flip flops he goes up and gets the flag down and makes a new one there, and has to hold. It's not that after a while it flops off in the wind and it goes. No, it has to hold. So that's dedication. And they know this is our way back home. And we will not give it up. We will not give it up. And this is actually this dedication what we as devotees have to develop. It's not that we hear, I don't know where I should go, nobody wanna employ me. because don't like the work actually. So I cannot really be outside, or I don't know what should I study. My how to say, my marks also not so good. So let's go to the Hare Krishna temple. They take everybody. Yeah. Yes, maybe, but after a while, the environment, and this is even the stupidest boy or girl, you want to be equal, must understand that this is not about understanding the deep philosophy, and only the smartest guys or girls can get it. If you don't get this simple point right, that devotional service, what you're doing here, is actually a way out of this world, and therefore you should keep it. You should beg for the mercy to keep it. Please keep me in devotional service. And not just because I get 3 times a day food, maybe, if the cook didn't cook too less. No, we should understand it's maybe austere, but I do this as a sacrifice, because I know this is my only wealth. My only wealth is devotional service. This is the mind of a devotee. It's so simple, actually. It's so simple. And when we don't understand this, then we miss it. We miss it out. We spend 2-3 years in the temple. We make some akyata sukriti. The Lord sees everything. What we do is He never forgets it. That's for sure. The Lord sees everything. If you sweeping the temple, and cleaning the temple is compared to what? Cleaning of the heart here. Julia, or what do you want to say? Yeah. Also, you went it so quick enough. She raised her hand. She was a good girl. No. Yes, cleaning of the heart. So we're cleaning the heart. And then we have headphones on. Because as devotees, we always headphones and always absorbed in kata and lecture. But today, I don't listen to kata. Today I listen to my old favorite band while I clean the temple room. And I think, how nice was it? When I came to the temple, we had this portable disc players. They just came new, and I still sneaked some old CDs in. So I had this mentality. So, but still, the Lord was seeing, this guy, this nonsense, he is cleaning his heart by cleaning the temple room. Although he is not really fully there. He doesn't really understand it. He still is with more than 1 foot in matter. But still, with a toe, he is in spirit. So, let me count that toe where he steps in the spirit. So the Lord sees everything. And when there's a little spark, he fans it. When he sees there's eagerness to do something, then he fans it. He gives more, he gives more, he gives more. And what comes with the devotional service? What comes with devotional service? What is a sign that you're doing devotional service? Yeah, this is already quite high.
But before that, you get some kind of a taste.
Yeah, taste how this taste looks, Michael.
You get humble.
You're already advanced. Yeah, you get also humble. But what is in the beginning? What we do? What is the symptom of doing devotional service? How we can?
Enthusiasm.
Yeah, we get happy. When you in the evening, you go in your bed and you're very, very happy. Then you know I did devotional service. When you go in the bed and you're very, very frustrated, although you did the whole day stuff. Did you do devotional service? No, you just did the whole day stuff. Everybody goes on my nerve. Well, why am I so angry? Why is everybody like that? Huh? No, that's not devotional service. We may did something for the Lord, and the Lord sees it. But He shows us in the evening the mirror. Hey, it was not devotional service, but of course, if it would be connected to me, I'm what? Krishna said, what is Krishna? He's full of bliss, yes, Satchit and Ananda. So, when you did devotional service, where is your realization? Where is your chit? Huh? Why you hankering? Somebody gave you a bad look. Has it something to do with Ananda? No, it was some temporary thing. And most of the time, this person maybe just looked stupid. I'm looking stupid sometimes, and people go, "Oh, why? There's something wrong? Huh? What? You looked at me? Sorry, I look like that. It's my face. It has nothing to do with you." Huh? No, it's just it's in our mind to think, he looked or he laughed, and probably he laughed about me or whatever. No, he's just kind of a silly person. Huh? So that's not has nothing to do with eternity. If we look at one little aspect, what happened in one particular point on the day or whatever. No, we eternal. What? Who cares if something happened on a very little spark? And where is your Ananda? If you connect in devotional service with the Lord and you're not happy, where's the Ananda? So it means we did something, but we did it for our own pleasure. We didn't do it for the pleasure of the Lord, we did it for the pleasure of ourselves. What could that be? What is the pleasure of cleaning the bathroom? Yes, we get some kind of praise. Look how humble. Oh, he's every day cleaning the bathroom. Yeah, cleaning the bathroom, making noise, bam, bam, bam. Let the door open, Prabhupada lecture, and everybody sees, something serious, devotional is going on. No? And everybody thinks, better I don't go in, I don't disturb him, better I don't go in. Yeah. Nobody's coming in seeing me doing devotional service. Right? And then we come out and we're frustrated. Nobody's praising me. Nobody is putting me on the throne. Nobody putting me on the altar. Still Nrsingadev there. What is this? Right? So therefore, Devahuti, because she showed how she is really dedicated. And she didn't care, she for so many years, she just did devotional service to her husband. Because her husband, he was a great devotee, that she understood. She was a smart girl. And she understood, okay, this is my link. If I serve him, this is my link out. And therefore she did, in the evening she didn't say, you're not even looked at me today. No. Because she knew he doesn't look at her how beautiful she is, but he saw with what dedication she served. Right? And therefore the Lord knew she is a very serious devotee. And therefore she get a blessing that I appear in her. So this is something what I always try to put in my mind, in my heart, to always remind me that, sorry, I'm here not for myself, I'm here for Krishna. As we say in Yagya, idam Krishnaya, idam namama. Svaha, offering. Idam Krishnaya, idam namama. Das ist für Krishna, das ist nicht für mich. Right? So, and I can't help it, I forget it. I have to remind myself during the day. And even this doesn't work. So therefore I need you. I need you to remind me, hey, Baba, you don't do this, don't become angry. You're not here for yourself, you're here for Krishna. And guess what? I'm so proud, I would yell at this bird, who are you? Who do you think you are? Telling me. You have this famous story of Prabhupada when there was this young Bhakta, I think it was in Holland, and this young Bhakta became always very angry. And the devotees always told him, when you get angry, just chant Hare Krishna. And I think, if I'm not wrong, it was in the installation in Holland, in Amsterdam, in the temple. I thought they installed Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, and everything went wrong. They had the palanquin of the, like some deities, they have like a roof on the altar or something. It was not really fixed. And at one point, there were after the Abhishek, there were, maybe I missed it up, but in one point, the altar almost, the roof fell down, and Prabhupada was standing there, and Prabhupada, his hand was like, and he held the roof, like that it doesn't fall on the deities. And then Prabhupada said, we need for the yajna, we need some fruits. So Prabhupada said fruits, so they brought a whole basket full of, or a whole, like a pot full of fruits, cut it like a salad. And Prabhupada was, no, we need it. And it was the whole time, and everything was messed up, and the television was there. The devotees invited the television, and television was filming everything. And Prabhupada became so angry because nothing helped. And everything went wrong. And then there was this young Bhakta, saw that Prabhupada getting a little bit nervous. And the disciples said, Prabhupada, when Prabhupada get angry, his lip was shaking. Started to shake, and And then this Bhakta walked up to Prabhupada and said, Prabhupada, why you don't just chant Hare Krishna? Oh my God! Everybody around, all the seniors, the guys with the danda, the seniors, 21 years, said, ready to beat this stupid wretch to the ground, who think you are, whatever. But Prabhupada, he looked at his bhakta, put it in his bead bag, and chanted Hare Krishna. So, that's humility. I would not. I would not. I hope I would. But probably I would freak out. So, this is what I am. And therefore I need you. I need your kindness. I need your blessings. I need your tolerance. I need everything. I need your heart to please stay in devotional service. And please remind me gently, kindly, because otherwise I can't accept it. Remind me that I'm here for Nrsingadev and not for myself. Are there any questions to this point, or you wanna tell me something, what I can do better? I know there's so much, time is not enough. Okay, then otherwise we would like to, just in the last minutes, just touch this point. Maybe in the evening we can speak more about this. Today is the disappearance day of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. And he was, I think he's born in 6th of February. I just looked it up before. On 6th of February, but it's always, because this is of course the calculation of the how you call it? Sun calendar. But we go to the moon calendar, therefore it always differs. Huh? Fasten, halben Tag. Halben Tag. Ja. Das kriegen wir hin. 6. Februar 1874. 1874 war er geboren in Puri, in Jagannath Puri. Und er hat praktisch seinen Körper verlassen im Alter von 62 Jahren, in the age of 62 on the 3rd of January 1937. And he was a special kid. He was a wanted kid. He was a wanted kid, so much so that his father, who was his father? Yeah, Kedarnath. The Kami name was Kedarnath Datta. And his the normal name of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was, who knows? Bimal Prasad Datta. The old Dat. Yes. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he took this task to make Gaudiya Vaishnavism famous again. And therefore he was preaching. And he was the cult of the worship of Radha and Krishna and the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It was his mission to bring it again in the forefront of Vaishnavism, because it was all polluted by Sahajanism. People who take it very lightly and who just focus on the very pleasure pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, I want to do this. I want to establish the deep philosophy of Gaudiya Vaishnavism, but I need help. So I need help. And therefore he prayed in Puri to Jagannath, I need a ray of you. I need a ray of Vishnu. And therefore he got his son. It was the 11th one or the 10th one? Huh? The 5th. Okay. The 5th one was Bhima Prasad. And he was so qualified that as a student already, he was very learned. He was basically an expert in astrology. So he made a own calendar for our Gaudiya line, where our calendar where we follow our Gaudiya Vaishnava calendar with all the dates and stuff is a little bit different what you find in normal Hindu society. If you look at normal Hindu calendar, you have sometimes apps on the phone, they're different than what we have. And he was very attached to worship also Radha and Krishna. He took then as a young man, he lived his whole life, he was a brahmachari, lost not one drop of semen. And he was very dedicated, and therefore as a young man, he said, I want to get initiation, I want to be linked in. And his father advised him, go to whom? Gaur Kishore Das Babaji. Now Gaur Kishore Das Babaji was actually, illiterate. He could not write and read. He was not very learned. I think he even couldn't write his name. He made 3 crosses when he had to sign something, and this was not often. So he lived in the forest, but he was like a Baba, self-realized soul. And this very learned young gentleman, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was raised not only in a Hindu way, he was raised also by the English. And he said his English was so accurate. First of all, he had a brain, he could read, he learned English from reading a dictionary. This is how he learned English. And then his English was so accurate that even the English could not understand him. And you have sometimes in the books of for example, what famous book actually we have from him? Still reading it? Brahma Samhita. It's quite elaborate. I mean, this purports, they're like, whoa, right? Not some easy stuff, you know. So and therefore he was so learned, but he took initiation from this Babaji living in the forest, in the jungle. And this Babaji, Gaur Kishore Das, he said, I don't know. I don't think I want to initiate you. And he went. And then, said, but please, can you initiate me? He said, no. Please, 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 initiate me. He said, okay, I asked my daddy, Chaitanya Dev. And then after a while, he came back and said, did you ask your daddy? What does he say about my initiation? No. No initiation? No, I didn't ask him. I forgot. Not so important. And Bhima Prasad, he became so determined that he said, if you don't give initiation to me, I will give up my life. Because what is the value of life if I don't get initiation by you? Then my life has no sense. And then Gorky showed the Babaji, said, okay, go in the river, take a bath, come out, and then he gave him initiation. And that's it. Because he was Gorky Shotas Babaji came always to the home of Bhakti Vinod Thakur because they were friends and they were speaking often. So after a while, both of them passed away, and then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati or Bhima Prasad thought, okay, I should actually renounce this life. There's nothing to gain for me. And he sat in front, this is unusual, don't do this. He sat in front of a picture of Gorky Shotas Babaji and gave himself sannyas. And took the name Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. So, but he didn't do this because he's proud. He knew there's nobody qualified. There's nobody qualified I can ask for sannyas initiation. Because most sannyasis anyway, they are Mayavadi sannyasis. So there's only one person I can get this benediction from, and this is my Gurudev, Gorky Shotas Babaji. But he's not there. So he was very revolutionary, and he took a picture, sat in front of the picture, and gave himself sannyas from his guru. And said his guru appeared actually also in his dream beforehand and told him, take sannyas. Yeah, and after he took sannyas, he was they called him lion preacher. Because he was so sharp, because he was so intelligent, he was so sharp, his father was already sharp. He was a magistrate in the court, and he was so sufficient that he did the work of many other magistrates in half a time, because he was so sharp. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was even more sharp. But he was not. He didn't care about laws or something like that. He was sharp in spiritual siddhanta. And everybody who wanted to kind of argue with him or whatever, no chance. But his main focus was bring the teachings of Mahaprabhu to the West. This was his focus. It came all from him. And therefore, he regularly had interreligious dialogues, intercultural dialogues. He invited British. And to kind of that they don't think they go to some kind of Babaji who lived in the forest. He lived in big houses. And he wore Western clothes, like jackets over his how to say, Indian clothes, to kind of build a bridge, because he wanted that the British accept him. Because if the British don't accept him as a person, how they will listen to his message? He even went that far that when he invited British, he ordered his cooks to cook meat. Yeah, because he knew you have to satisfy the British, and when they're satisfied, then they're able to listen. So, and this was his dedication, and he was the first one who sent his disciples into the West. And they were there, and I think Bon Maharaj was one of them, and he even met Mr. Himmler, Reichskanzler, oder? Who was it? I don't know. Himmler? Reichskanzler, oder? I'm not sure about these things. But he met the Nazi elite. But of course he could not transfer them. So he came, was Bhakti Maharaj and somebody else. They came all back. And then, of course, it's the famous story, just to conclude with this, where he gave a lecture in Calcutta. In Calcutta. And a friend took his friend and said, "You have to come with me. See this Swami speaking." And the friend of the friend, his name was Abai. Abai Bubu said, "No. I heard so many Swamis. My father invited all of them. There's no need to listen to their message. We have political problems in India. But okay, if you ask me, okay, I come with you. I listen to your Swami. Okay, let's go there." And they came in, and the two friends, they knew, okay, there's a Swami. We have to make our obeisances. When they came up, this Swamiji said, "You two boys, you educated. You speak English. Use your education to preach the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of Chaitanya Dev in English language." And then this Abai, he sat up and said, "Swamiji, there's no need. There's no need to speak about Chaitanya Dev if they don't accept us as a nation. We first have to get freedom from the British. We have to kick them out, like Gandhiji says." And this Swami who was speaking said, "No, there's nothing what can hold back devotional service. There's nothing what can hold back the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We cannot wait till the British go. Just go and preach." And this young man, Abai, took this instruction to his heart, and he knew, this is my guru. And later on, he was known as whom? As Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Yes. So we can see that this spirit of just using whatever is there, just use it in devotional service, just transform it, whatever matters there, whatever dirty hippies come here, just transform them and use them as in devotional service. This comes all from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. This is his mood, this is his character. And Prabhupada was very much influenced by this mood. So the day is the disappearance day. He said, as they said, when was it? 3rd of January, some January. He was 37, I guess. All right. On the 3rd of January, 1937. In the age of 62, he passed on. In midst of his disciples, he established many temples over India, mostly, and branches of his Gaudiya Math. And there were in his time there were very dynamic preaching programs. They had also young sannyasis, young brahmacharis who were dedicated preachers, and he was a very successful preacher. And his greatest success was, in my opinion, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Because without him, we would not be here. So all glories to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to you who take up the mission and give your hearts and lives in this mission. Hare Krishna. Breakfast. Oh no, sorry, no breakfast. It's fasting. Irgendwelche Anmerkungen?